Hello Year 5 and welcome to your first maths pre-teach video of the year. One of the things we need to be able to do in Year 5 is read numbers all the way up to 1 million. And so we're going to have a little look at that now, and I know you've been working on it in class today, and we're going to be looking at that over the next few days in our maths lessons. Okay, so we've got a number here, and you can see it's got all of these digits. We're going to read the number out, and then I'm going to talk you through some steps to help you really understand how you can read that number. So you can see that it's a really big number. If you're struggling to read that number, I'm not going to read it just yet. One of the things that you should do is write out your place value chart. So on the previous page, I've already written out my place value chart, as you can see here. So let's just talk through this for a moment. Every place value that you move to the left always gets 10 times bigger than the last. So here we've got the ones column, and the next column up is tens, and of course 10 is 10 times more than 1. 1 times 10 is 10. The next column is the hundreds column, and 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. 1,000 times 10 is 10,000. 10,000 times 10 is 100,000, and 100,000 times 10 is 1 million. So when you get 10 groups of one place value, it makes one group of the next place value. Okay, so 1, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, and 1 million. And if we went 10 times more than 1 million, we would have 10 million. So obviously if we're going this way, then everything's getting 10 times smaller. So it goes from 1 million, divide that by 10, you've got 100,000. 100,000 divided by 10, 10,000, and so on and so forth. And when we get to ones, our numbers don't stop there. We can get 10 times smaller than 1, and that would be here, and that would be tenths. And 10 times smaller than tenths would be hundredths, and so on and so forth. But we're going to look at that a little bit later in the year. For now, we're just going to stick with whole numbers. So I'm going to go back to my big number here. I'm going to put these digits in my place value chart. So I'm going to start with the number that's furthest to the right, because we know that's going to be our ones column, okay? So I've got 6 ones. I'm going to put that in here, 6 ones. And then I'll look again, and I've got 8 beside my 6. So that means that I must have 8 tens. So far, the number is 86. Then I've got 2 beside the 8, so that's going to go in here, so that's 200, so 286. Then I've got a 3 beside my 2, that goes in the thousands column, so now I've got 3,286. Then I've got a 9 beside the 3, so my 9 has to go into this column, which is the 10,000 column. So I've got 9 of those. So I've got 90,000, but I've also got those 3,000s here. So I'm going to group that together and say 93,286. Of course, that's not the end of my number, because I've got a 7 beside the 9. So my 7 is going to go in the next column along, which is the 100,000 column. And I've got 7 of them, remember. So I've got 700,000. But I've also got 9 10,000s, and I've also got 3,000s. I'm going to group all my thousands together and say them all at once. 793,000. So I've grouped all my thousands together. I've got 793,286. And then finally, my final digit is a 4, and it's beside the 7, so my 4 goes into the millions column. Okay? So I've got 4 million. I've got 793,000, because I'm always going to group my thousands together, 286. So because I've written out my place value chart along the top, I can really easily read that number now. Okay, let's just quickly go over this a little bit again, because I know that sometimes tricks people. This 3 is worth 3,000s. This 9 is worth 9 of my 10,000s. And if we think of 9 10,000s, put them together, add them together, that's 90,000, isn't it? 2 10,000s would be 20,000. 3 10,000s would be 30,000, and so on. I've got 9 of them, which makes 90,000. And I've got 700,000s, which is 700,000. And I'm going to group all of those together to make 790,000. because they're all thousands. So my number, one more time, is 4,793,286. And my place value chart has really helped me to read that number. Let's go back to it over here. The other thing we can do sometimes is to help us read numbers and group them together is to put a little comma in after every 3 digits, starting from our ones column. So 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. And that helps me group those thousands all together and helps me read it. Just make sure your comma looks like a comma. Sometimes commas can look like 1. And if it looks like 1, then it's going to really change your number. So make sure it looks like a comma. So 4,793,286. So then I'd be talking about this number with my partner, and I might say the 9 in this number is worth 9 10,000s. We've just talked about, because there it is in my 10,000s column. It's worth 9 10,000s, and that equals, of course, 90,000. When I group 9 of those 10,000s together, I'll have 90,000. The 7 in this number is worth 700,000. And so that would be 7 times 100,000, because I've got 7 of those 100,000s. And that obviously is written like 700,000. You can have fun with that and talk to your family about any of those digits. So you could say the 3 in this number is worth 3 thousands. And that looks like 3 times 1,000. Let's write that here. And then that as a number is 3,000. Okay? So you can discuss all those digits with your family at home as part of your home learning. Okay? And we can do that with any number. So the more you do that, the better you will get at reading large numbers. So practice reading some numbers all the way up to the millions column at home with your family. So here we have another, hopefully we can see that light green. Here we have another large number that goes all the way up to the millions column. And again, if I wasn't sure, I could write this number in my place value chart. I could go back and write that in. So I'm just going to do that really, really quickly. And go back. So it's 764. So remember, you always start at your ones column, which is furthest to the right. So I'm going to write that one down here. I'm going to choose orange because it's already in orange. So we're going to go 7 ones, 6 tens, 4 hundreds, 2 thousands, 3 10,000s, 0 this time, 0 100,000s, and 1 which has to go in the millions column. So now I've got my number written in the place with the place value chart. I can read it. So and if I need to go through steps, that's absolutely fine as well. So I have 7 ones, 6 tens, so that's 67. I've got 400, so that's 467. I've got 2,000, so 2,467. I've got 3 10,000s, so 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. So remember, we always put our thousands together. So I've got 32,467. I don't have any 100,000s, so I can't add that in as something to say at the moment because I haven't got any. But I do have 1 million. So my number is 1,032,467. 1,032,467. Okay? So remember that place value chart is really important to help you read the number. Now, somebody might ask me to add 40,000 to that number. Now, I wouldn't have to do that in a column method. I wouldn't have to start lining my digits up and writing them down. I should be able to look at that, add 40,000, and think, oh, that's 40,000. That's 4 10,000s. If I write that out beside it, it's 4 times 10,000. So I need to just find my 10,000 column. So let's just look. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. There's my 10,000s column. This is my 100,000 column. And that's my 1 million column. So I find my 10,000 column. I'm adding 40,000, so 4 more 10,000s. I can do that in my head, I can do that mentally. There's 3 there at the moment. I'm just adding another 4. So that would now be 7. Okay, so I could write that in. I'll write it down here. That would now be 1 million. I'm adding 4 more 10,000, so 1,072,467. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Or somebody might ask me to subtract something from this number, and here it says subtract 1,000. So again, I can do that mentally. I'm just going to look at my 1,000 column. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. I've got 2 in there at the moment. I'm just taking away 1 of those thousands. So that's going to leave me with 1 still in there. If I've got 2, I'm taking 1,000 away. I'm going to be left with 1. So that's going to look now like 1, 0, 3, 1, 4, 6, 7, which if we're going to read it will be 1,031,467. So we can also have fun with large numbers by adding in different digits and thinking about our place value like that. And these are the sorts of things we're going to be working on in class over the next few lessons. So just as a recap, when you've got a large number, you're not sure how to read it, write out your place value chart to help you. Starting with ones, and remember each place value gets 10 times bigger. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 million. And remember, as you move to the left, each place value gets 10 times bigger. I've just said that. And then group all the thousands together when you're reading the number out loud. So remember, I was doing that when I was reading these numbers. I had 4 million, and then I put all my thousands together, 793,000. Here, 1 million. I didn't have any 100,000s, but I had 32,000. So 1,032,467. So group them together, and that will help you read it. Right, so it's a little challenge over the weekend for you. I'm going to say a number now, and I want you to write it out for me and have some fun with your family identifying the different value of the digits. So your number is 6,301,503. So have a go at writing that and bring it in on Monday, please. Thank you.